So we wrapped up the unnecessary craft mostly. There's like maybe a fighter or two still left. Yeah, somewhere close to the Hollow Marshes bridge there was a undead group. Like, they're probably borderline irrelevant to us at this point though.
Back sniffing around. We do not die.
I still don't want to leave them behind. Every piece of experience and equipment is useful. Probably won't take long. A little bit of warm up before we leave the place for good. We really have nothing left anymore, so we might as well go. Right. Here's at least two.
Even more corpses here. Good riddance.
Is that a actual useful paper? Orders. From the desk of Her Ladyship Dallas, right hand to Bishop Alexander, son of the Divine, there will be no more excuses. How is it that you have not crushed this rebellion yet? For your own sakes, you'd best find and dispose of the dregs of these seekers before you meet the same end as Atusa. The Source King's weapons do us no good if the seekers lay hands on them first. Thankfully, some of you remain useful. Ames has reported seeker movement to the south and east of the bridge leading out of Fort Joy. Spear them, slice them, burn them, I don't care, but see that they are gone. Signed D. These were the noxious bulbs. And then there was there's the skulls, right? And the treasure chest. Forgot about that. I'm gonna open it. I have no reason not to. I know it's a trap, but okay. Yeah, these are level 4 enemies. They're irrelevant.
You hear a dry cackle from the platform above. Turning, you see a rickety corpse staring down at you.
So there is still fresh meat slithering around this mire. Our master will be pleased.
Surely she means Brachus Rex. Tell her he's dead, she doesn't need to serve him anymore.
The skeleton laughs, its ribs shaking and clacking.
Do you think I missed the centuries passing? The beast may be rotten as I, but his curses remained, at least until our new master arrived. Now we are free. Now we serve a higher purpose, a glorious mission, and neither you nor your kind will stand in our way.
Okay, what's this glorious mission? What are they planning?
Poor mewling child. You know nothing of the wheels that turn around you, but they shall spin no more. My lord wishes you dead, and it brings me joy to grant that wish.
Only 2? 3. Where's the third one? I can't see a third one. Probably a invisible assassin again. There's one good thing about this. It's basically free action. So if we don't use the full bull rush, it's still a viable thing to do.
Doesn't it?
Saved by oil. Decomposing assassin. Delay. Gonna put some enragement on the lizard. Critical hits guaranteed with normal attacks. I think it's pretty much. Is it critical hits with pretty much everything? I lost the special abilities and spells, but I can still use these. 110. 96. Ah yeah, this is the bull rush. I was thinking this is the spread your wings.
I'm ready.
Right, you can't do it like this. Forgot all about it. Blood heal works on undead just fine. Not that'll make much of a difference, but it's still an inexcusable fuck up. Water essence. Spell scrolls.
Boring.
Decomposing Terramancer's belt. It's rubbish. Could have been useful some time ago though. Earth tongue mushrooms. They're useful. Earth resistance potions at the very least. Right, there's probably another undead group like that to the south. But then I'm gonna open the chest.
Careful now, that's a trap.
Wait a minute, what the hell is this? No, we need to go south. This is where the burning peaks were.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Right. At least I managed to orient myself. Right, we need to climb the vines. Divinity. There's really no point in opening the chest, but
No bad things happen if you open the chest. I spied on.
and the hits are all dead. It didn't trigger things just a little bit though, did it? So genuinely dangerous. What did we get? Severed head, gold, and huntsman ring. Right, rubbish mostly. Let's try the other side. Oh, I haven't been here apparently either. Or here. I want to go near him after we've stolen stuff from him. Don't think he would care anymore at this point, or react, because the game probably has an initial reaction that then is forgotten. They doesn't look like they're interested in talking. Who is their master? It sort of seems like undead creatures are out on the move because of some deal made. But it's not tied to Brachus Rex anymore. Brachus Rex might have initiated things, but it's something different. Possibly. I'll just wait. We're gonna use the Red Prince as a battering ram against them. We want them as close as possible to us, or as tightly grouped as possible. Oh shit, don't sleep. Shame that the end range only lasts for one turn.
Glory is mine.
Whatever we're gonna do, it needs to be done now. What do we even want to go after? There's really two targets.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Could have moved a little bit differently to get the whirlwind attack on these two.
Glory is mine. Greet the Reaper for me.
Yeah, it's a build that has everything under control. Monies. Essence. Feather. That's for teleportation scrolls. More dead magisters, more yarrow flowers. We've been up there, here. Not on the lower areas. Peaks are to the right of us, burning peaks. I doubt there's all that much for us to find here. We got the chest, we got the undead. Is there anything else? I think I'll just walk back there just in case there's something. Instead of using waypoints. I can't imagine there being any. A couple of corpses. Can't think of anything that should be there. Holy shit. Level 5 200 sword, irrelevant. Irrelevant dagger, but could have been useful earlier on. Finesse, life stealing, blind. Yeah, level 5 stuff. It's fine. That's what it is. Just that fine isn't good enough. Not anymore. Be a fairly straightforward path. Probably takes a few minutes to actually walk through it though. Because we're knee deep in oil. We'll do one more thing. Our main character does not have a source point. This place gives free source points, so I'll take that. We might not need it, but at the same time, I think it's foolish not to not have it when it's trivially easy to gain one. It is a powerful ability to bless. The actual character specific skill, not so much. At least I don't care for it. Insanity. Resisted by magic armor. So it could be useful in the sense we get a powerful opponent. I'll talk to Marina the Brave too. I promised to come back and talk to her. The rat. Might as well take care of that too. Don't think it'll have much of a consequence, but
Valiant one! Do you have new tales to tell?
catch her up on your deeds of daring to do.
How interesting. Perhaps one day you will enjoy a life as thrilling as mine.
Well, we kept our word. We at least came back once. Rat, bear cub. Yeah, let's talk to bear cub too.
The bear cub looks at you, eyes filled with sadness.
What the hell do you want from me, cub? Not like I can do anything, I'll just leave it. At least he'll have a chance. Doesn't look like a place where a bear could live in the first place though. There's not enough to eat. Magister Ames. Well, well, well. And see... Ooh, fuck. What is going on? Suddenly a sea of mines.
Oh, shite.
Letter to Casper. Probably something I can take from his dead corpse.
I figured it was only a matter of time. I'm ready to pay the price.
What are you doing here?
That's not for me to say. If you must kill me, then kill me.
Offer to spare him in the coming battle if he agrees to talk. No, intelligence hero. Tell him that no one needs to die, you only want to talk.
What? What can we have to talk about? A sorcerer's tongue may sing a lullaby, but it's as deadly as a blade. I would sooner die than hear your words, source monster.
Why is this a successful persuasion? What is the consequence of failing? I think it's the presence of the Seekers here that spawns this one. They basically mind the attack paths. Level 7, so he's at least capable. Hard to get behind his back. No, impossible. That's the word. Do physical combat. Dread indeed. Ah! Ah ha ha ha! Now I know what the cleave means. It is the... I don't think the cleave damage. Could it be the... it has a huge sort of a targeting angle here. This is not... I don't see this with all weapons. It could be a two-handed weapon thing. But could it be height to the arc that you sort of have a chance to do? What the fuck? I don't get it. I think that it's related to that though. But it's clearly damaged, so it can't be that. So I didn't get the letter? Why not? It's not like he could have done much about it.
That's a trap.
Oh shit. Yeah, this might be somewhat trapped. Better to clear the mines. I don't know where they're gonna go to from this place. So if they're gonna do some kind of a flanking maneuver, they're gonna die. Any other good abilities that would work against the mines? Right. Be nothing really to do anymore, but might as well talk to these people, see if something's changed.
Those magisters are gonna pay. I want to see some guts spilled for what they did to us.
I'm not particularly interested in stealing anything anymore, I just want to start the next section.
Way is safe back at the shelter, thank the Divine. She's not up to facing the Magisters again. Not now.
The battle nears. Good to have you with us.
Kerban stares at the body of his dead comrade, tightly gripping his weapon in a cold fury.
Salt gloves. Telekinesis and earth resistance. This might be better equipment. Equal quality, I'd say, so we don't really have to do much. Maybe better for finesse users.
This won't go unavenged.
Yeah. Can we sort of get going now?
If I were you, I'd stay close to Sir Gareth once the fighting begins. Whatever path he takes will be the surest way to victory.
Praise be! You have silenced the Shriekers and cleared our way. Yet it seems I'm in need of you again, my friend. You have any more miracles in you?
Inform him of Alexander's death.
He takes the news calmly. A moment passes as he calculates the consequences, assessing this new world as it opens up before him. He nods his thanks.
It would seem that miracles abound today. It gladdens my heart to have you with us. Now, to the ship!
May Armadia's grace keep us safe.
As you approach, Gratiana turns to you. Her moves are lighter now. Her voice is warmer, but still tempered by the scene around her.
It would be a sweet joy to see the Magisters chased from this land. But I fear all I will see today is death.
Explain that you found a purging wand in the vault.
Praise unto the goddess. There may yet be hope for today.
As you approach,
I'm pleased if you ever wish to leave. If the Seekers are to survive, you must use...
Yeah, the Gratiana seems to be in a world of her own that doesn't correspond with actual events anymore in any way. It happened when we gave her the soul jar. Just everything's out of alignment now with her. Not that it matters, but just things didn't work out well with her. Cough itself is useless that I picked up, but we might want to fill it with oil or something. It was a way to buff some metal armors in the first game. Give them a... No, it had a mobility debuff on heavy armors, and you could change it to a mobility buff if you oiled it. That's how it worked. There's no mobility debuff here, so it probably doesn't work anymore. But there's no harm in trying. Yep, we're finally ready to go. Thievery 3 required, so not even possible. But it would be possible if you started the character with Thievery. Well, whatever.
Let's go.
Board the boat.
Malady grabs the vessel with 2 hands and pushes it into the water. She hops on board behind you.
God-woken. Wait till she finds out.
Salty water mists your face. Your skin prickles in bright, warm sunlight. The boat bobs forward through the water, and Fort Joy shrinks behind you.
Finally.
Tired but victorious, the party made for the Lady Vengeance. The horrors of Fort Joy behind them. They arrived as sorcerers. They left as God-woken. The fate of this God-forsaken world now rested on their shoulders. Or at least, on the shoulders of one of them.
So where do we go now?
A light sea breeze kisses your cheek and carries away the smell of blood wafting up from the deck. In the distance, Fort Joy looms.
My guess is some sort of a shipwreck, maybe. That's pretty much the... Well, it happened at the start of the game already, so maybe we can get to keep this ship. Naval battle. That's... You gotta have naval battle. Now look at all these poor saps. They should have just let us go.
Don't stand between a prince and his principles. The Magisters learned that the hard way.
A hard-fought freedom, sure. But if spilling blood is bad, it shouldn't be so agreeable.
Bad luck to let the dead linger aboard. As soon as we get moving, we ought to clear the deck. Onward now. The sooner Fort Joy disappears from the horizon, the better. Perhaps the Seekers need help manning the ship.
Holy shit. Where are you going? You've got my equipment, you pieces of shit. I don't want to loot anything. I want the group back. Ooh, actually fires. Excellent.
My Seeker brethren, show us the path to salvation. Don't go any further, Godwoken. We need you alive.
Level 8 gear. Okay, well, what is going on?
The ship won't sail. We had orders to search every corner of it and figure out what's blocking us. It's hewn from elven livewood. I thought I could communicate with it, but...
She glances over towards a smouldering pile of ash on the deck nearby. Something is nestled within it. Fragments of scorched bone.
That was Brendan. When the ship wouldn't answer my call, he touched the figurehead, and it attacked him, without warning. He burned, like he was made of parchment.
Ask if she learned anything useful before the figurehead attack.
Nothing. The ship is livewood, that much is clear. But I couldn't communicate with it. The Magisters must have done something, warped it somehow. I just don't know what.
Express your condolences about her dead compatriot.
Her eyes flick over to the smouldering ashes once again, her head held at a despondent angle.
Thank you. We were held captive together, on this ship. He kept my spirits up. Now he's dead.
I'll be careful.
Just remember what I said, Godwoken. If you die, then this was all for nothing.
Before you is a towering figurehead carved in the likeness of a dragon. It looms over the bow, its fangs bared at the open sea.
Take a closer look.
There's an odd mark on the side of the figurehead. Battle damage, weather staining. It almost looks like a pattern, however.
Mia's warning is still fresh in your mind. You decide not to risk it and take your leave. Other option would be to touch it.
Deliver us from
You might have to touch it. There's no telling what we actually need to do here. But I want my goddamn group back. My loot mule is nowhere to be seen.
Spare me, Gareth. We got what we came for. This is what success looks like.
I won't see them tossed overboard. Not here. We'll hold a proper service.
What's-his-face and so-and-so would want us to get this ship sailing before all else. They died for those Godwoken, after all.
You know their names, Malady. Can't you even pay them that much respect?
Gareth inhales sharply, then catches you out of the corner of his eye and smiles, barely.
Our guest stirs. Welcome, Godwoken. Glad to see you safely aboard.
Very glad indeed.
Not a greeting, and say you're eager to set sail. How long do they plan to remain at anchor?
Not a moment longer than we have to. But we're in something of an impasse. The ship won't move.
She's mute. We need to free her tongue.
Say you've never known a ship to speak in the first place.
This is barbarous magic.
Expedient magic, actually. The ship is made of live wood. It has the spirit of an elven ancestor tree within it. It seems Dallas has found a way to bind that spirit to her. That means only she can control it, unless we can find a way to break the bond.
Ask if they have any leads on how to gain control of the ship.
The Seekers, the survivors of us, have been combing the ship from bow to rudder. It hasn't been easy. This place is laced with dark magic.
These Seekers have such a limited skill set.
We lost a man in the search. Malady might not appreciate that, but I do. And I hope you do too.
I'm sure the Godwoken will be able to get the ship moving. They're kind of like to feel useful, don't they?
Say you'll have a look around. You're eager to get far away from Fort Joy.
That's the spirit.
Okay. Chapter 3:1.
Ah, there you are. High time to stop gallivanting and resume our journey together, wouldn't you? Off we go then.
Okay, what was the point of separating us if I could just... I'm not gonna talk to anyone until we have a party together. Pretty sure there was no one here. Right. I'm at the next right. Ifan Ben Mezd, Alice's assistant. Rat and Beast.
Let's team up, you and me. What do you say? Now, onward!
Bane, Dugan, Leia. There has to be a lower level.
What am I even looking for? Will I know it when I see it?
Sergeant Zirla, Samadil, Skeletal Cat, Tarquin, Sabil, somewhere here.
We've braved the joy and...
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep sound.
Right.
Allies for hire.
Let's try this all again.
Hello, sir. It's good to see your face. We lost too many friends taking this ship.
You made it, Godwoken. Good. Not all of us did, though. The sooner we leave this island behind us, the better.
Agreed.
Nothing on any of the dead bodies. Maybe there's something below decks.
I talk to you more.
Aw, there's my corrupted darling. I was just thinking of you.
Not the number of bodies littering the deck. Ask how many were lost in the battle.
One too few, actually. Alexander, he's alive.
Tell her you saw him fall with your own eyes. What happened?
Apparently didn't hit hard enough. He's in the hold below decks, unconscious but alive. Far from Dallas, at least. She had his ear bent so sharp it could have broken off.
I wonder if someone brought him back from the dead to divine intervention. Well, ask what they plan to do with Alexander.
Oh, the usual drill, pins and hooks and matches and all that. Most of the Godwoken are dead. We've got to find out who's been hunting them, haven't we? My money's on the Godspawn.
Say there's a few things you'd like to ask her.
Dying to hear them.
Say that earlier on the beach, she mentioned someone who wanted to meet you, the Meister. Who did she mean?
Meister Siva is one of a rare breed. She'd do anything in the name of a cause, and her cause happens to be you. She's desperate to meet a living Godwoken. She'll be exceedingly pleased we're en route. We'd better not leave her waiting. She's a bit particular.
Say she didn't answer your question. Who is this person?
She's the founder of these Seekers, and she's powerful. That means something when I say it. Your kind can reach astounding heights. Meister Siva can help you do just that.
Okay, where are we going?
A place called Driftwood, host to putrid fish, putrid dwarves, and Meister Siva herself. You'll probably find it quite comfortable.
Getting it done, come hell or high water. Likely both, eh?
Oh, he had actual loot.
Void Slayer, Worm Killer, Godwoken. You have many names. Let's add ship's captain to the list once we get this thing moving, shall we?
Remark on his thief with Melody. No, ask about Melody. You thought she was a seeker too.
She's not exactly a seeker. She's not exactly an elf either. Half demon, Meister Siva says, and I don't doubt it. I don't know how Siva came to know her, but Melody's a proper ally. She's not easy to like, but there are times I admire her coldness.
Gareth fingers the hilt of his blade. He stares at nothing in particular before turning his gaze back to you.
Remark on his thief with Melody.
I won't let the fallen be forgotten. I'd be no better than Dallas, no better than Alexander, if I just tossed their remains into the sea. To think that whelp spawned from greatness. He deserves no better fate than his silent monks. All this blood. Children ripped from families. Seekers ripped from me. He's down there now, guarded like some precious jewel, rather than leashed and flogged like the dog he is. Amazing to think those of us in the Order once assumed the gods were with him, and only him. That was before we found the others.
Others?
Other Godwoken. When Lucian died, we waited, and waited some more. Alexander never rose to divinity. Then we started to find more like him. We weren't the only ones who noticed either. Not every Godwoken we found was alive. And so the Seekers were born. We found Godwoken, housed them, fed them. I loved them like family. I was naive. But let's leave the past in the past and reach for what's ahead.
Okay, what's the destination?
Driftwood, of course. Little fishing village. Not very welcoming, but you'll brighten it up, I'm sure. Got family near there. Not the adventuring types. For the best, really. Meister Siva's there too. My leader. Our leader. She held the Seekers together when we had every reason to fall apart.
Ask about Meister Siva. What makes her so special?
Think of her as a teacher. The powers of the Seven stir in you. She'll reveal them to you. Show you how to manipulate them. Keep Lucian close, Godwoken.
Hey, stranger. Glad to see you. No reds in the offing yet. Don't imagine they'll stay gone, though.
Right. So what exactly do they want me to do here? On a finesse gear.
Claude. So close to escaping.
Dead Geist. Sudden Diary. Today is a momentous one. So monumental in fact that I have decided to start keeping a diary to record my time on the Lady Vengeance, so that one day, should I have a family, my children and their children may know of my small involvement in these momentous times. So, to begin, Today, the divine Lady Dallas, Hammer of the Order, arrived on board. She swept by in all her momentous gloriousness, and I fancy that as she glanced at me, a tiny smile twitched at the corner of her mouth. The Hammer smiled at me. Possibly. Then she went to her stateroom, and there she spoke to the doors. I did not hear the whole of the conversation, but I believe she spoke of the principle of fortitude, which is, of course, an important part of both the ethos of the Order and maritime construction. The door seemed suitably inspired and opened for her. She glad, inside. We have not seen her since. A momentous day. Orders! We have orders! The ship is to see action. An evil band of rebels has landed on the island, and we are to destroy their ship and perhaps them too. Tomorrow I shall recount the story of our glorious victory. Fortitude is the key. Fortitude shall open the doors. Well, that was subtle.
I remember this one. His name was Kerban. His friend's sword couldn't save him, it would appear.
Deliver us from peril.
Greater gauntlets. Plus telekinesis. All good. This is an intelligence armor.
Pray to you for my
This is not.
Show us the path to salvation.
So more or less the same armor we have. Yeah, could have gotten it here for free. Except, how the hell would you know that beforehand? You wouldn't.
Blessings to our fallen.
And there, it's reckless to take that chance that you just happen to get everything before the next major challenge comes your way. It's more or less is... Ooh, that's a good reach. It's more or less just a little bit of loss of money. In exchange, we are well prepared for any challenges.
Pray that they may find. Be careful around the figurehead, Godwoken. We can't afford to lose you.
Yes, so you say. The boots look interesting. They're finesse gear again. Yeah, more or less a decent upgrade. Because they're level 8 boots, the attributes themselves are irrelevant. Right. Please spot something. There was something odd about it, but my character didn't see as shit. Didn't realize what she was seeing,
the figurehead
rather.
continues its vigil over the seas. The detail is remarkable. It looks like it could turn around and incinerate you at any moment.
Closer look.
There's an odd mark on the side of the figurehead. Battle damage, weather staining. It almost looks like a pattern, however.
Anyone else?
Before you is a towering figurehead carved in the likeness of a dragon. It looms over the bow, its fangs bared at the open sea.
You spot a mark on the figurehead. It's a living scar, the same type used to enslave you and your people.
At that moment, the ship serendipitously creaks beneath you, almost like it is acknowledging your observation. The figurehead looms ahead. The figurehead looms ahead.
Right.
Be careful around the...
We already knew it's controlled somehow, now we know how it's controlled, but that does not mean we have solved this in any way, really. How do you control it? There has to be a way For the captain of the ship to control his own ship. Storage chest. Nothing inside. So is this ship gonna function as our main base or something?
You made it out. I'll be honest, I wasn't sure you had it in you, but I'm glad you did. Hero of the Seekers.
An amused.
Nice to meet another.
Yeah, I don't actually want to talk to him. Dwarven stew. I'll take extra cooking pots with me too. Maybe garlic. It's rare to see it.
Rubbish.
100 gold. Too much to carry. You! Well, to be fair, he has a lot of crap, so next time we meet up, if anyone willing to trade, we'll trade.
The silent monk leans from one foot to the other. He seems eager to move. The silent monk leans. The silent monk. The silent monk. The silent monk leans forward slightly.
Okay, they don't do a goddamn thing. Broken bottle. Worn teddy bear.
There must be something around here. We have to find a way to get this ship moving. We can't let the Magisters catch up with us. We're too weak to fight them again.
Anything new? Stardust herb. Pixie dust is 1000 gold for a single goddamn pouch. So I have to say that's actually somewhat interesting in many ways. Because it means we do add a lot of value. Stardust herb and a bone can be turned to that after all, so this is half the value. I think the prices more or less are just ridiculous in general. Couple of decent items. Rope. We can make fuses out of it. Empty flask, no, they're too expensive. Same with the canisters. Always too expensive. I mean, you have to have a use for this. This is like a good equipment piece. Couple of empty grenades that you have to add other items to make something useful out of. 3 empty canisters is I don't think there's... it's the equivalent of a good level appropriate armor. The armor is actually somewhat cheaper, but that's more or less the relation there. Just it's ridiculous. Yeah, I think I want to hold on to physical armor pieces on her. She can sort of use both at the moment. Mage armor and fighter armor. Also, I don't have a huge amount of items for sale. Do you have gold? You have gold. Excellent. So I'll pay for with gold. I'll sell a lot of stuff to him. I don't see why I shouldn't. I need to get rid of this shit. So actually, I think I'll do that. I'll do the inventory management. Just maybe take a look around a little bit and leave things here. Depending on how much do we have to do. Should be a simple matter of finding out who. I mean, what exactly do we need to do? Something that we can sell. We're getting a wonderful collection of body parts too at this point. It doesn't really. It's always it sort of passes my mind what to do with those. Not sure anymore.
Nothing. Damn it.
Can you talk to him?
We have to find a way to get this ship.
I don't want him to escape. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to drag him down with Lose, that probably is borderline incapable of moving with all the excess crap he's carrying. I'm not sure if we can dump all of this, but I'll dump as much as I can. I want to keep some spares. I don't want to sell the drained ones either. They're probably useless, but they don't weigh all that much. There's not that many of them, something like 3 or 4 at most. Well, I want to send this. This is a lot of physical armor we could easily make advantage of. Unable to really move anymore. Another good pair of physical boots, resistance boots. I don't want to get rid of those. I severely dislike the system they have. Mainly the fact that when you're actually in the trading inventory, there isn't all that much you can do. So it always comes down to this. We'll dump some of the books too, but they're gonna be worthless no matter who sells them. Yeah, the art. Need to get rid of this. It weighs a decent amount and the value isn't all that great. Well, some of them are fairly cheap. One weight unit for 40 gold it was worth. I'm not holding out to any of these items, even though I'm pretty sure they're crafting components, each and every one of them. Anyone else? Well, bows go for sale immediately, no one's using bows. I sort of think that's one of those things that I might end up regretting later. But we'll regret it then. They'll be fine. Oh, god damn it. Okay, I had a lot more crap than I thought I would have. Hopefully I can at least... There's a chance I can't even sell all of it. Yeah, let's call the trade window. Is everyone in everything in place? Right, he has 3,000. We should probably start with the heavyweight stuff. Yeah, this weighs 20 pounds. And the armors. Actually, the armors aren't that heavy. They have physical defenses, they might have some value. Shields are heavy. Also not that valuable. What else? What else? What else? Don't think the weight is necessarily a problem anymore. That it? More or less. Get an extra bucket. Right, probably won't need a lot of the belts. $4,600. Right, we were left with extra things if we really want to sell stuff. Ah. Important thing is we can actually move normally again. Oh shit. Lot of crafting components. This is a positive problem, but it's still a problem. What else do you have? I think if the problem was trivial, they would have solved it by now, so we should focus on the small stuff, something that's easily ignorable. I don't think the ballistas are anything special though, or at least I find it highly improbable. Something else.
whatever I'm looking for. I'm not finding it.
We're going to make some fuses out of the rope. Want to talk to Vane? Pillows. There are feathers inside. Dirty socks. They appear to be particularly dirty, but the pungent odor of cheese wafting off of them could knock a horse on its hind legs. They're... ooh, rat.
How you doing?
Ask the rat if it knows how to steer the ship.
You creatures with your legs and arms and your opposable thumbs. You always want to steer the ship. You need to trust the ship. It knows what it's doing. It dances to the tune.
Which tune does the ship dance?
It goes... la 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 la... or something like that. It's pretty catchy, but I can't remember how it goes. Good thing Dallas had that book, eh?
Ask the rat how Dallas used this book.
Oh, she opened it and looked at the marks on the inside. How the hell else? Alright. Go to the nose bit of the ship, open the book, look at the markings inside it, sing the song. That's it. Get it right and the ship will dance to your tune. Get it wrong and the ship will kill you. That's always entertaining. For me, anyway.
Well, mystery solved, I guess. We need to find the book.
Melody says if we can get the ship to move, we can go home. Home!
Panties. Gotta take those. There was a scroll component. Or at least that's my official explanation. We have enough cooking pots. We probably need to use a knife on the pillows to get feathers. Teleportation scrolls can attack and defend at the same time. Move the enemy further away, further away, further away, or drop into a some kind of a surface that's devastating for them. But there's nothing really all the interesting here either. As expected, it's on the lowest level. Is this the lowest level or was there some one below this? These doors look weird as hell. Fucking doors.
There's got to be some clue. Dallas would have trusted someone with a secret, wouldn't she? Unless there's someone still inside.
So you haven't been able to open the door.
Whatever type of companion you need, I am.
Hey! You're here! Pretty nice boat, eh? We got an upgrade. There's got to be another way to get it going, but we can't find a way into Dallas's room. Maybe you can see something we can't.
Oh, there are two doors. Teleporter pyramid. Oh, I thought it... I'm actually very glad to see it. I thought the game wouldn't have it. It's been a pain in the ass to try to move the entire party through areas where you have to teleport. Just, it doesn't really... I don't feel it adds too much to the game. And it's just an inconvenience. Also, this looks like it's from the difficulty selection screen. Painting, 11,000 hit points. Right.
The door seems like any door, at least at first. Then you notice it's unblemished wood. There is no knot, no scratch, no dent to detract from its apparent perfection.
You sense something more here, a presence. Place your palm against the door.
The wood groans and creaks. A face appears in the wood, tortured and tormented. A six-sided indentation is carved on its forehead, as if a gem or amulet had made a mark there.
Gem or an amulet?
The face vanishes.
State the password, Fortitude.
The door remains closed. It seems you need more than a password to open it.
Fair enough. More pillows.
Speak to me if you're looking for hired help. I've got good fighters of every stripe. They know how to keep their mouths shut too, as long as there's gold in it for them. Oh, I see you have a full contingent already. Then I'll leave you be.
Chance to hire new people, I guess. Different people. Maybe you dislike your party, want to select new people. Well, it makes sense that there's a lot of variety and it's a very mixed group, but maybe you want like multiple hunters instead of the one. Also, they sort of started pre-built in a certain way. The reason why I have a big trouble with the thievery. Because Sabine spent her points in something that I don't give a crap about. So maybe you can hire and make your own party.
Being behind bars.
The Seeker flexes her arms stiffly. Her joints audibly pop. She sees you draw near.
I owe you, Godwoken. Without your help, I'd likely still be a prisoner around here, not guarding Alexander the bloody divine himself.
She nods her thanks and immediately winces, laying her hand on the back of her neck.
Not that she seems to be in some pain. Was she injured during the taking of the ship?
I wish. No, the Magisters kept me chained to the bulkhead. Arms held above me head, feet barely able to touch the deck. Now my joints are paying the price.
Cast your eye around and ask if this is where the Magisters kept the Seeker prisoners locked up.
No, they had us down below, chained up in the dark. But the Reds were up to something in here. Maybe it was just the lack of food and rest playing tricks, but I swear I heard chanting and horrible moaning coming from here. But when we broke free, it was empty.
Chanting and moaning. Stare through the bars at Alexander's unconscious form and note that the Seekers have a valuable bargaining chip.
We're a big bloody target on our backs. We took their leader and their flagship. The Hammer won't stand for that. She'll be hunting for us.
Ask about the other Magister prisoner. Is she anyone important?
The Seeker throws a toxic look at the imprisoned Magister.
Hardly. She's just some deckhand. If it were up to me, I'd tie her to the main mast and use her for arrow practice. But Malady wants her alive for now.
We can go in and talk to the prisoners. I want to see if that's necessary. Ooh, that's a magic mirror. Portal mirror. Oh, it's actually not. Just a mirror. Right, doesn't look like we have too many options here. We need the item, whatever it is. Six-sided something. Is it like a dice or is it like a hex? Probably a hex, if it resembles a jewel.
The door seems like any door, at least at first. Then the wood groans and creaks. A face appears in the wood, tortured and tormented. A six-sided indentation is carved on its forehead, as if a gem or amulet had made a mark there. The face vanishes.
Rattle the doorknob.
The anguished face appears, then...
Right, we need the item. There aren't exactly a huge amount of options here. Yeah, I can't go anywhere, so I'm gonna talk to the prisoners. Either they know something or they carry something.
I spotted something.
Oh. In a loose plank. Well, that solved itself quickly. Or not.
Being behind bars suits you, murdering
I think we want to talk with these. We might be able to...
Magister
instead of
Rand,
wandering around aimlessly, we might get
vessel,
that clues.
Lady Vengeance.